On this week's Health and Wellness segment, life coach Meghan Gilroy introduces us to Marblehead resident Shelia Duncan and Trouble the dog.
Shelia Duncan has spent plenty of time listening to people's troubles as the past owner of an infamous local bar. But when she started facing tough times of her own, she created a bit of trouble that has now helped many children and adults all over the world. Now she's on a mission to let people know that when you're in trouble, you can be tough and better times are ahead. So thank you, Shelia, for having me here today.
Oh, thank you for coming.
And introduce me to this guy. I hear a lot about him. There's something kind of magical about him.
Trouble is very magical. Trouble was created by my niece. We went through a lot of cancer losses in my family, and 3 actually in a row. And one night I had the St. Jude telethon on, this television, by mistake, and my niece Kendra just looked at the children that were sick, sat at this coffee table, and she just went bloop, and she drew a little dog. She named him Trouble, and together we came up with a story for him. And now we're learning that most children who have a Trouble dog sleep with him every night. They talk to him, so Trouble's got a little spirit of his own going on.
Yeah.
No question about it.
So how do people find Trouble if they need him?
It's interesting. Well, people will come to my website, which is troublethedog.net, and purchase him. A lot of it is word of mouth. If a child, as a matter of fact, there's a child in Marblehead who's our spokes kid, and his name is Trip. And he lost Trouble recently. We've got a little tape of him on our website. And he just had to have another one. That's all there is to it. Trouble is like a little guide for kids. He's like a little guardian angel for kids.
So do you have a typical kid who's drawn to him, or what kind of people, like what's happening in someone's life when they say, I need a Trouble dog?
In the beginning, Trouble was designed for sick children. But what we've learned is that it's just children in general. It can be a child who's moving, a child who's being bullied, a child who's just being a kid. Just Trouble sort of helps them navigate through life. And this really had nothing to do with me.
Right.
This is all Trouble and the kids. It's all between him and the kids.
And you mentioned to me that some adults actually sleep with Trouble.
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, there was a gentleman in a bar not too long ago who needed another Trouble dog. He had given his away, and he needed one for himself. So, yes, there are lots of stories of people just, Trouble is very soothing. There honestly is something magical going on. It's not just me.
Right.
You can talk to the kids.
There's like an energy within him and an intent behind him. He's not just another stuffed animal.
Nope. He's all about hope, and kids can feel the energy, which is why they talk to him. They confide in him.
Right. And
they tell him, what's happening in their lives. So he's a coping mechanism, and dogs feel his energy too. It's just amazing to me.
That's great. So tell me your most memorable Trouble story.
One of my favorite Trouble stories is I was having my nails done actually, and a woman was sitting beside me, and she said, "Are you the Trouble girl?" Yeah, that would be me. It meant something different when I owned a bar, but yes, that would be me. She said, "I need to tell you about my grandson." She said, "I bought a Trouble dog, and I gave it to my grandson, and he would not let anyone touch this dog. He slept with him, he ate with him, he talked with him." And she said, in the interim, his cousin lost her dad. And we didn't talk about it to this little boy. He was only, I think he was 4 or 5, I'm not sure. The little girl came to spend the weekend. The little boy went to the front door, took Trouble, and put him in the little girl's arms. So she said everyone burst into tears. And so the kids know. They know what's going on. And whether people try to shield them or not, and Trouble just sort of brings it out into the open.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So tell me, what are your goals for Trouble? Where's Trouble going?
Oh, I have big plans for Trouble. I've presented Trouble to Disney Junior.
Wow.
They want him tweaked a little bit more. I'm not sure that's the exact place where he will wind up. I think that he needs to get his message about hope and resilience out there. And he's in Haiti now. There's a little girl in Poland who can't sleep without Trouble. So my goal is to get Trouble into the arms of as many children and adults too as possible, universally. So.
Well, there's certainly lots of people out there that could use Trouble in these challenging times.
This is
so
true. This
keep
is
up
true.
the good work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you'd like to learn more about Trouble and check out the Trouble book, the Trouble dog, Trouble necklaces, you can go to Sheila's website, which is troublethedog.net. And next time on Health and Wellness, I'll be interviewing Diane Palmer, who is a massage therapist and a polarity practitioner. And she helps people in a different way by helping their bodies de-stress. So until then, stay out of trouble.